goodness. Well, that wasn't easy. Getting on here. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm here. I made it. Hi there, and welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. And I'm not angry about anything other than this. Having to work with technology that's new is like, it's killing me. Welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. This week's discussion topics, as usual, are anything you think is important and newsworthy about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America. And unfortunately, that's pretty much everything right now. It all leads back to systemic racism and a bunch of really yucky stuff. Ali, hello. Thanks for being here. Happy to have you. So I am going to start up. I'm just so happy I made it finally. I've never been this late in my life, but that's okay. If you're watching, please say hi. Don't be shy. The show's meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind. And the only people who get booted off are people who aren't here to learn, aren't here to educate other people, and are just here to cause trouble. Then they have to go bye-bye. But everyone else, totally thrilled to have you. It also serves as an educational tool for white people in America and maybe other places, I'm not sure, to learn the truth about systemic racism in America. So if you have anything to add, any current events that you want to discuss, jump right in. If I don't know about the current event, then you can provide the information and we can still have a discussion. So I need viewer participation. So please jump on in. Before we start, I wanted to introduce myself to people who don't know who I am. I'm Angry Soccer Mom, probably more kind of disappointed and feeling let down than angry, although there is some anger in there, which what am I going to do? But just to tell you right now, as angry as I might be about the situation, I would never take it out on anybody, no matter what their, stance is. I try to be humanistic always. And somebody asked me once, what if Trump was like hanging on a cliff and barely hanging on? Would you save him? And I'm like, of course. I can't let people like that set my standards. I do believe he's immoral and horrible and obnoxious and all that, but I wouldn't want to hurt him. The guy needs help. Okay, now a lot of people are going to kill me for saying that, but that's honestly, something's very, very wrong with him. So let us get started. Anton, hello. I'm happy you're here. I'm going to need lots of help because I want audience participation, but I'm happy to have you. Anyone who's watching, just jump on in. Let me see, announcements. I have a special announcement that I probably said way too much. Starting on January 8th, I'm hosting an hour-and-a-half panel each Tuesday night at 9. Hi, Gary. Yay, I'm happy to have you here. 9 Eastern, the weekly topics will be set ahead of time, no surprises. It won't be kind of a free-for-all like this one is. It will be a set topic, and people will get it ahead of time. I want people who want to express themselves to come on. You do not have to be a PhD to, it'd be great if you're super knowledgeable, and we'll definitely have people like that too. But if you have a PhD in experience, that is all that's necessary. I want real people expressing themselves. What I'm trying to do is use my white privilege to empower and get people who maybe aren't, they're marginalized and have been historically, they get to talk too. They get to have their say. You don't have to be like a movie star or something to be able to, express yourself. So that's my goal. And tonight, let me see here. Elle, hello. Welcome to the show. I hope you heard the beginning. So jump on in, and if you have any topics you want, I always start with introductions, then I do a rant, and then we're open to either topics I'm ready to talk about or anything viewers are ready to talk about. But don't be shy. It's supposed to be a personable, participatory show. How else can I say it? So thank you for being here. I'm very excited about the panel starting in January. Hi, Justin. Thank you for being here. I'm excited about it. I'm sending sign-up sheets around. I know it's not for everybody. If you're shy or you just don't want to come on camera, probably not your thing, which is absolutely fine. I know no one will believe me, but for about 40 years, okay, I'm not trying to age myself here, 40 plus, I was shyer than you know what, probably the shyest person you ever meet in your life. And then all of a sudden, I hit my like shyness, level of like I've had enough. It's like an all-time, lifetime shyness, and I was done. That was it. And now I'm still shy, but I still like to do this because this means a lot to me. So let's get started. The topics for tonight that I've prepared for include George Zimmerman suing Travon Martin's family. Yes, you heard me correctly. The GOP's defense of Trump, which, quite frankly, I don't think there is a defense, but of course, they have one. And actually, they have more than one. They have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've heard so many. It's kind of crazy. Kamala Harris leaving the presidential race. What do you think about it? And okay, bear with me. I'm trying to be respectful. Another topic. Okay, my phone's on. Sorry. Another topic I'm supposed to be talking about tonight is Trump's followers. Many of who or believe. Yes, I just found out about. Oh, yeah, it's kind of scary. They believe Trump was sent or put here by God. And I got to warn you ahead of time. Got to preempt this with, I'm not religious. I'm agnostic. And it sounds crazy to me. Okay, I'm so sorry. And please don't be offended. That is just like, okay, sorry. That being said, this is real talk. We get to say what we really think and not, not in a mean way, but that I don't. Oh, I think he's like more like maybe if anyone sent him, I'm gonna say it might be that other guy with the horns and the like, maybe the devil. I don't know. I don't believe in the devil. Oh, geez, Louise. If you're naughty, you have to go. You got to stay on topic. And lastly, what Attorney General Barr thinks of police and people who don't. It's okay. People who don't like police, and it's a really strange thing, but it kind of follows suit. So if you're watching, please say hello. That's what I prepped. While you're thinking about some topics you might want to discuss, I have a rant. Okay. And a rant's a rant. It's expressing myself. So please don't take offense. It's not meant to hurt people's feelings. It's it's a rant. So join in. And if you're bored of my rant, well, if you're still watching, how about get a few friends on here because I'm trying to build my audience. All right. And it is tough during the holidays. I can't compete with the holidays. I don't get it. Like white folks don't want to talk about racism and bigotry and inequality. They want to go have fun. I don't get it, but just kidding. So my rant today is to all the people, and it's a serious one, in America who are completely ignoring what is going on in our country. And I have a confession, little confession, big confession. I used to be one of them. I hated politics. I still hate politics. Sorry. I hated politics. I wanted nothing to do with it. I thought it was just a bunch of mean people trying to be mean to people, and kind of sort of is. But so I'm one of them. So I'm not trying to be sanctimonious here. I was one of them. I try not to be anymore. That's all I can say. I was always into social issues, but never politics. So I'm talking about the people who are doing absolutely nothing today in America about racism, bigotry, inequality, nails and glitter. Yay. And I will take a couple things before I go. Gary, God put Trump in place. He destroyed the sun for having too many citizens, just like his supporters. I'm an atheist and I've read the entire story. Yeah, I don't get it. But when we get to that, I need input because I'm at a loss. But I'm glad you said something. So I can't help but be just so hurt and disappointed. And I'm not trying to be funny by my fellow humans who do absolutely nothing. They go about their business. Who cares? Our nation, a democratic republic, it'll always be here. Anthony, hello. Thank you for being here. And they think it'll always be here. They think it's just, a given. Well, unfortunately, it's not. And, I don't know what to say. It's really, really tough. Voting is wonderful, but you have to participate all the way. Voting is a minimum. You gotta care. Our democratic republic is not going so well, like I need to tell you. So, and I totally get it. There's with the ever increasing number of people who are absolutely struggling day to day to make ends meet, and it's nearly impossible for some families to do anything other than just keep their head above water. God knows I get that. But this is why education about our real racial history is imperative in order to get large numbers of people fighting for civil and human rights, all the people in our nation, and to dispel all these bullshit and lies, basically, that people are telling and they're getting out there on social media, and they're really convenient because people believe them. So, Trump, you might hate me after this rant, but that's okay. I can live with it. Trump and his clan are using every dirty mobster trick in their arsenal to circumvent the rules of law, otherwise known as our Constitution. White America continues to blame immigrants and black people and brown people and everybody else for our problems that we have brought upon ourselves. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm a, kind of white person, I guess you could say. Stevie, welcome to the show. We've brought it upon ourselves. Now, it's just, it is what it is. I'm not hating. I know I'll have all these people, oh, you hate white people. Oh, no, you silly things. I do not hate white people. I get that all the time. My comments in my YouTube are like out of control. They are actually really scary. People think because I speak about history, our real racial history, that I hate white people. Well, give me a break. I am a white people. I don't hate myself. And then they go to it's guilt, and then don't even get me into it. I don't feel guilty. I didn't do anything, and neither did you, unless you see it, you were born into it, and you decide to do absolutely nothing about a system that harms our fellow humans. Then, fun! Yay! Hello. Thanks for being here. It's a collective blame, and it's a societal giant system. It is not any one individual. I get that too. But you all probably get the same thing. So, all right. So we have this Leslie. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yay. Thank you for being here. Yay. Jump right in anytime. I'm just doing my rant. And I guess, yes, it is our doing. We can blame every historically marginalized group in the book, and we kind of do. But we brought this upon ourselves through lack of education and through thinking, Ronald, oh my gosh, Ronald, yay, this is exciting. Sorry, I'm like all happy to see everybody. But this is awesome. We brought it upon ourselves. Okay, is that like am I saying, oh, I hate all white people? No, I'll go over it and over it. No, it's just the facts. It's history. Just like your history teacher speaks of history, that is what I'm speaking of, the truth. Okay, you didn't do it, I didn't do it, but we're born into it, and we see it, and gosh darn it, I want this to be the generation that ends this bullshit. Now, that sounds a little like, wow, what a lofty goal, but I'm just saying I'll be doing this till the day I die, because I am not a leader, I am not a martyr. I do this for me. I cannot stand. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I cannot stand living in a society that could be so amazing. Yet, we just kind of, really not our problem. And yeah, they probably did something to deserve to be treated that way. I mean, it's just, people are apathetic. And if they knew the truth, my gosh, education can do it. I don't know if we're just happy having some sort of fake superiority, but anyway, I'm blabbing. I don't know what it is, but our need to feel superior at all costs has done us in. Like President Lyndon B. Johnson said, and I do this quote probably like every fifth show. You can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best, and this is antiquated, please excuse me. He used the word colored man. He won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him someone to look down upon, and he'll empty his pockets for free. And that is what we white folks have been doing. Not everybody, not every single one. As a collective system, we have fallen for the BS. We've been tricked. We've been fooled. So look down right now. If you're white, I'm talking about us. Oh, unless of course you're a multimillionaire, then get out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I have no problem with controlled capitalism or whatever, but you know, it's like in check. And there are so many white folks throughout all of history. And people say, oh, it's just what they did back then. There were always abolitionists. There were always people who cared. I mean, from the very beginning. So I don't go for that. No excuses. Just because you didn't build the pool doesn't mean you walk by a person slowly drowning in it. Just because you didn't shove the person in doesn't mean you say, meh, who cares? These are our fellow humans. We're on this earth for such a short period of time. By chance, in each other's lives. I'm not trying to be goofy or like a Hallmark card. I'm just saying, why wouldn't we support our fellow humans in a country that boasts liberty and justice for all? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? So, anyway, this has never been about politics for me. Never, 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 never. It's about being human. And it's a personal choice to educate yourself or be part of the problem. And we have a big problem. Let me take some comments. My rant is half over, but I tend to go on and on. Roger, yes, put me down for being a white person who's tired of white people's bullshit. I get what you're saying, yes. I am, here's the thing, Roger, and okay, this is kind of a blunt show. It's called Real Talk, so, and I am not trying to put you down personally. Here's part of it. This is not about you personally. I don't even know you. Okay, well, I mean, no offense, I don't know who you are. I don't know anybody really personally, unless, like, I don't know, unless I do. I know a few people, but people from, internet land, I really don't know that well. Some people I do. I have some great friends, but, out of like 50,000 people, I probably don't know every one of them. I have to admit, I'm not that good. So it is not about you personally. It's not about you personally. It's about the system we were all born into. And so please don't take it personally. It's about a system that's bigger than all of us. That's why we have to talk about it and get white folks, used to talking about racism and bigotry and inequality so we can get the truth out on the table. But it is not about you. It is not about your ancestors. It's about a collective that happened way before we were ever born. So I hope you get that. A lot of times, and this is going to sound really harsh, but when people are in groups that are kind of dominant and been superior, equity feels like oppression. Equity feels like a put down. And I absolutely get that. And I'm not trying to be demeaning. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Frank, did I say hello? Oh my God, I yelled that. Sorry. I am losing my mind. I've had like 3 hours sleep. I'm kind of hyper. Let me see. Anthony, America's never lived up to its real dream. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, we've kind of tried to go in that direction, at least I thought. What do you guys think? I mean, at least I thought we were going in that direction for a while. Not fast, albeit, I mean, really, really slowly. But now, clearly, don't even get me started. It's terrifying. I think we're, as I said in many of the shows, I think we're going to lose our Democratic Republic. I do. I don't think he's going to leave. The people who are completely full of shit, listening to his lies, supporting his lies, they don't. Stevie, why is Zimmerman suing Travon's parents? Yes, we're going to get into that. That is a topic on tonight's show. I can't believe I missed that. It's when I saw that, the first thing, talk about entitlement. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. He killed someone's child. Hi, Mr. F.S. Black. Thanks for being here. I'm not trying to be rude, but he murdered him. I have a child that age. He killed someone's baby boy. I'm sorry. This is a real show that we talk about real being the real. Okay. And if I killed someone's child, I would shut the fuck up and never. I would be like, I couldn't show I don't know. I'm just saying. Do you guys kind of get what I mean? Like he's got the gall that like. Sad part is he can win. Yeah, I don't know. Talk about somebody killed my child and then sued me. I can honestly, I can think of a few things more enraging. We'll get to that in a minute. It just really upset me when I thought I had this like, just this knee jerk like, my God, the man has no shame. But that's just my take. I don't know him, but just my take. Tell me what you guys think. Um, so if you look down and you're white and you're not a millionaire, then I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. We've all been fooled, you know. Mr. SF Black, the nerve this guy has is unbelievable. Yeah, that is such a nice way to put it. I was like, I'm swearing and cussing, and you're like, yes, that. Thank you. The wealthiest elites are thrilled with the white folks in America because we're falling for their psychological appeasement. That's my word of the day. What I mean is, we feel really cool. Yay, we're white. The best thing we ever did was be born white. Okay, I'm sorry, it was chance, okay? Let's all admit that. Yes, white people are amazing and have done great things, but we are not greater. We're all in the same race. Don't make me start from scratch about human constructs. I won't do it. But if you are new to the subject, which I'm not sure, there might be a few people who are, race is a human construct. It's made up. In fact, white, the idea of white, is completely made up. The idea of white, it changes and it kind of shifts depending on what's good for the people who are in control. So, thanks to ignorant, racist people who would rather be told what to do. Remember, I'm in a rant, this is my opinion, than go through the pain of actually thinking. This thinking is very hard and painful, and I think America is no longer a democratic republic. I don't know where we are with that, but we're headed towards a regime, and every American who does absolutely nothing and thinks they're neutral needs to open their freaking eyes. We have a president who should have been booted out of office roughly a gazillion times for all the horrible things he's done. Inhumane. Just, I'm not talking legal. I'm not an attorney. Just, but I am alive on the planet, and I know what's evil to my fellow humans. Dang, it's bad. Frank, yes, I'm trying. Yes, that's what I do. Tell the truth. I'm just being honest, as I would in any other topic. Of course, unless I was lying, which is a whole. I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I kind of like to be honest. So why wouldn't I be honest about this? I don't think he's going anywhere unless we boot him out in 2020. He is some con man. Damn, he's like an evil genius type, and I don't say that nicely. I mean, man, I think the man's like, I don't mean evil biblically. I'm not religious, but anyway, jump on in if you don't have anything to say, because I will just keep talking. But honestly, I'm not holding my breath about him going bye-bye. If you're telling the truth and that offends people, that's not your fault. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. I think it's not my fault, and that is absolutely true. But of course, because for a lot of white folks, this is a very, very disturbing subject. I'm not 100% sure why, but just from my experience working with kind of newbies, like white folks who are just wanting to learn, which is mostly what I spent the last like 6 or 7 years doing, working with brand new people to the topic. And it might sound crazy, but we're so segregated that there are a lot of white people who are, they don't race. They think all the races are just like different kind of species or something. Or I don't know what they think, but there is a order of operations, and it's a steep lifelong, it's a steep lifelong learning experience. And I will never get there. Nobody who's not living it will ever get there. It doesn't mean we don't try. I mean, I try to understand all people of the world, not just people who look like me and pray like me. I don't really pray because I'm agnostic. But okay. Neil, yay! Thank you for being here. Zimmerman, in my opinion, is playing the victim part because of the publicity. Yeah, probably. Definitely. Good point. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm like, okay, this is going to sound goofy. I'm embarrassed for him. I'm like, oh my God, seriously? I mean, he took a child's life. He took a boy from his family. I mean, he was a child. Anyway, it just kills me. I get why Trump supporters voted him in, and I know why they continue to support him, and no matter how cruel and, I get it in my own opinion, no matter how cruel and horrific he is to our fellow humans. Trump's got a lot of us white folks hooked on his brand of hatred, the moment he had it, the moment we found out how racist he was. And I'm sorry, that is the truth. We found out, not all of us, some of us. I say we because it's a system. We found out how freaking racist he was, and it was like, we found our man, and it didn't matter what else he did. And I'm sorry, this nation was built on white supremacy. And then your genocide of the native people who lived here, and the enslavement of people who were human beings forced to be in enslaved status for our benefit. And I don't care if 1,000,000 people had slaves or 10, it's wrong. And the consequences from that ended and had real, maybe for like a 10-year period, it might have been on its way. And then we had the compromise of what was it, like 1866, was it? I'm blanking tonight. That took, excuse me, I'm losing my mind. I'm like dyslexic. And we allowed everything to go back to Jim Crow. Horrible, horrible treatment. Just you name it, we had it. Look at me, my 3 hours sleep is showing. So why in the world would anybody in their right mind believe that being rotten to our fellow humans is going to help our nation do well? I just, tell me. I want to know. That's not rhetorical. I want to know. Crazy. I will take some comments if I can. Justin, they're laughing at Trump right now. His orange ass looks like he's eating straight out of the Cheeto bag. I don't get the whole orange thing. I don't really get that. Why is he orange? Okay. I'm not trying to be like an idiot, but like, why does he do that? I don't think that's natural. I think he does something to himself to do that. But like the tanning booth, maybe? Oh, I just don't know. But it's sort of funny. A lot of people say that, like they say about him, he's an orange dude, and he does look kind of orange on TV and stuff. But my big thing is, I don't call him orange, not because I'm so sanctimonious and great. It's because there's so many other things I could name. That's like, if he was orange and like, just like a super, super humane, nice guy trying to be good to, all Americans, and you get the point. Anyway, so racism, hate, bigotry, inequality, war, and extreme capitalism unchecked as a way of life is destroyed or destroying our nation. Okay, my phone will not stop. I'm going to turn it off. Oh, I turned it off. History is going to judge us really harshly, the way we've chosen to treat the most numerically, historically oppressed and abused members of our society. It's disgusting. We have been nothing short of cruel. It's like we forgot the whole Spider-Man thing. Like, with great power comes greater responsibility. Just kind of forgot about it. So I've noticed, and I want to know what do you guys think? Tell me. I want to know what you think and how you're feeling, and how did Thanksgiving go? Did you have a nice time? If you celebrate Thanksgiving, did you talk about the real meaning of Thanksgiving? Did you talk about the real Thanksgiving and make a speech at dinner? Did you get kicked out? I hope you grabbed dessert first and ran. Most people just want to make nice now, but tell me how your Thanksgiving went if you do celebrate, and I promise I won't tell anybody except for this is the internet, so yeah. But supporters of hatred have a couple things in common, and of course they wouldn't think they're supporting hate because nobody wants to admit they're supporting hate. A lot of people tell me I'm supporting hate by talking about racism and by being honest. Yes, it hurts me, but I don't think that, well, okay, we've had centuries of not talking about it, so it's like, kind of, maybe we should change that and talk about it since it's not working. Well, here's something they have in common. They're fearful. Instead of going the scientific route, using facts and best practices, they follow primitive fears that make them terrified instead of kind of evolving with technology. And they don't have a lot of close friends that don't look exactly like them. And if they do, they consider them the exception. They're different. And this makes it easy to demonize and justify inhumane, cruel rules, laws, and supporting lots of bad stuff for marginalized human beings in our nation. They routinely accept lies, misinformation, fabrication, ahistorical concept of truth, because if they don't do that, then they have to do critical thinking skills and in-depth analysis. And you know what? It's kind of painful. The last thing that jump in and tell me what you think. The last thing that supporters of hatred towards our fellow humans, we're all the same race, have in common is that they've fallen for the Dunning-Kruger effect. And for people who don't remember what that is from sociology or psychology, I will bluntly explain it. Okay, so bear with me, the Dunning-Kruger effect. So let's say I'm traveling to outer space for the first time ever. Okay, yay, I'm so excited. Upon hearing my exciting news, you begin to give me advice about everything from moon landing to spacewalking because you loved the movie Apollo 13 and you know a ton about space travel. So you are you loved that movie. You saw it 5 times, right? Okay. I'm so sorry, but excuse me while I go get my advice about going on my first moonwalk from, no offense, a person who is an expert and has studied the field their pretty much all their adult life. Maybe they have a PhD in aerospace from MIT, or they've done multiple spacewalks and had decades of training. In other words, your opinion, no offense, I'm glad you liked the movie, is not equal and valid and measurable to someone whose life work has been centered around this topic of study. Okay, I think I drove that point. Lost a few people, drove that point in. And by the way, just to say this, calling someone out for being racist is not racism. That's not racist. That's called calling someone out for being racist. It's okay, I'm gonna go there. I might get some crap for it. Calling someone out for being a rapist, does that mean you're a rapist? No. Give me a break. Anyway, now I'm really blabbing. So what do you guys think? Where are we? I don't know. Did you guys watch did people watch the hearings today? Much? Because I'm going to jump into Zimmerman sues, and I want to know what you think. But if you watch the hearings, we're going to get to some of that stuff too. So please let me know. And if you are hanging out, help me support this channel by getting other people to come and explain to them it's not for the faint of I'm real. I'm not just super sweet and darling and nice. I say it like it is. I love all people. I do not hate whites. Don't even go there. George Zimmerman. He sued the family of Travon Martin, their publisher that wrote a book, I guess, about them, and the prosecutors for $100. Wait, no, I was trying to be $1 million. So yeah, George Zimmerman. He was, for people who don't remember who that is or are new to this topic, he's a neighborhood watch volunteer who was acquitted of homicide charges in the incredibly publicized and so sad murder of, in 2012, a fatal shooting of a 17-year-old young man named Travon Martin. And now he actually has the gall to sue the family. Damn. I can't even. He claims, his claim is, and jump in there if you've heard this. This is crazy. Something about false evidence, according to a copy of the lawsuit sent Wednesday to the press. So the lawsuit names his mom, Travon's mom, Sabrina, I believe that's, who has actually become a gun control advocate. The intention of Zimmerman's lawsuit is pretty obvious as well as sick. When you think about it, yeah, I guess he just wants money, or it's so sick. It's just so sick. To me, it's sick because he killed her child, and I think it's self-evident. Great point, Justin. This shit is evil, and on top of evil. Yeah, absolutely. It's beyond comprehension. I don't understand. She murdered their baby. It's like, I'm not going to get all emotional about this, but it's a very emotional thing. So I kind of am. Um, at the time of I call him the little boy because he's a child. He was a child. Um, he lived with in Fulton, Miami Gardens, and he was visiting his father apparently. Um, Zimmerman. See, here's the weirdest thing, or not the weirdest. It's all just weird. Um, Zimmerman had a lot of other encounters throughout his life with the law. This was not like his first like he just saw someone and was just so stricken with fear seeing a person who was lying. This is he's had like, okay, according to the newspaper, he's had let's see, 2 incidents in 2005, 5 incidences in 2013, and like a lot of other ones. The things he's done, I mean, these are not like little things. He's had domestic violence problems against his wife with a gun. He's had underage drinking, okay, domestic violence with his girlfriend and her father with a gun, assault for bragging about killing the young man, Travon Martin, and a bunch of other things that include guns. I'm going to say the guy has a pattern here. Mr. F.S. Black. It's all surrounding the release of some revisionist history documentary being set to release, but apparently no theater wanted to show it. Yep, he got mad, I guess. Or tell us more. I read about that, Mr. F.S. Black. Thank you. Can you imagine? Your child is taken from you for doing absolutely nothing, and years later, they sue you. What kind? Oh my gosh. Apparently I'm talking too loudly. Suri is talking to me. What kind of freaking person does that? I'm not trying to vilify him, but my God, he needs help. That's sick. That's just sick. I'm sorry. So does anyone want to make any more comments about that? I think that just came out today. It's really, it's unbelievable. How much does that family have to endure? But anyway, so I'm slowing down here. If anyone has any other topics they want to bring up, I need to talk about GOP's defense of Trump. And you might think, angry soccer mom, why do you talk about the GOP so much? This is not a political show. This is a show about, making people comfortable talking about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America in a heterogeneous setting with a bunch of people that we might not be all living in the same neighborhood, and that I can live through it. I always do, guaranteed every show, and you can too. And we're just talking. We're not trying to. It's no one's fault, okay? In the sense that I am not personally blaming any one person. It is a societal thing, okay? But that being said, we happen to live in the society, and taking some just minimal racial responsibility and moral responsibility, not religious, is kind of an expectation of a democratic republic in my mind. So enough of my soapbox. I will, Anton, I think the person, it's this fake ass society. Yeah, we're living a lie. I mean, 50% of white adults in America across the last, I've been, number of years, I'm not going to give myself away here, so don't even make me, believe that we are in a post-racial era. And that is just unstinking believable. Half the white adults. Post-racial? Yeah. We haven't even admitted that we've done anything wrong officially. We haven't, as my friend Dixon White says, we have not come to terms and made peace, if that is possible, with our own racial history. And I think he said it more eloquently than that, but it's me. So let me take another. Let me see. Mr. F.S. Black. So this high profile lawsuit will garner attention, especially from the right-wing conspiracy nuts who thought that Travon's murder was justified, and bring more attention to the documentary. I guess so. Yeah, that's kind of what I read. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you so much for adding. I really appreciate it. It's a pretty sick cry for attention. Yeah, it's that's definitely beyond my personal understanding. Neil agrees with you, Mr. FS Black, absolutely, and you know I do. Uh, I find it to be unconscionable, but you are more right than I am. You're funny, Neil. Neil, I'm so happy you're here. So I wanted to start by talking about the GOP. I don't hate GOP people, like this hate thing. I just wanted to make it crystal clear. I am profoundly, profoundly disturbed and upset and baffled by them. And when I say them, I mean people who support a man who ran a campaign telling us exactly what he was going to do. He was honest for once. He said everything he was going to do, he's going to basically take every numerical minority group in America and further marginalize them. And I have to say, he has kept his promises. I am incredibly hurt as a person that that there are people that I know that would ever. This is not about politics. It's like, for the love of God, my God, this is sick. These are our fellow humans. So anyway, don't get me like blabbing on. But yeah, it's. So I just wanted to talk briefly about the impeachment hearings. And although a lot of people are sick of this topic, it's kind of part of our life right now, and I think too many people aren't really paying attention to it because a lot of us we're just kind of like polarized we're set in our spot, and we're not budging. And I get that. I'm one of them. How do I negotiate with someone who wants to be rotten to people? I can't. Don't you dare, Michael. Get out. Get out. 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 Okay. I can't justify. Like, okay, this big compromise thing. Like, let's meet in the middle. It's not about politics for me. There's no middle to. I want to be evil to my fellow humans. I want to be really racist, and I want to be really extreme and blame people who aren't to blame. And I don't want to think because it hurts. And I don't want to read. And I don't want to. There's no. What am I supposed to do? Like, yeah, you can do that. That's good. I understand that. Well, I don't hate them. I'm blown away by them. And I a lot of them I try to help, and they absolutely get it, and a lot of them don't want to be, but I don't know what the argument is to people who are humanists. Like, you should be more mean to people. I just don't get it. So that's probably why I'm just baffled. And Michael, off you go. Okay, so I just don't get it. I've said it over and over again. I'm blabbing and blabbing. Trump's, I don't think they have that here. Thank you. Bye. Nice to see you, though. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you. As you know, most people know by now that Trump is pretty much been outed. Gee whiz. Like, that took a lot, as a racist, bigoted, misogynist, dishonest mobster type who is set on perpetually promoting inequality and anything our system will permit. He believes he's, bigger and better than the Constitution. He doesn't understand that that's the vow he took. He just doesn't get it, because if he did, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. I haven't talked to him personally about this, but I go by behavior. So as you know, these are the lovely topics that we get to discuss here. Lucky us. I have to say, Trump has done one thing amazingly. He sure as hell is testing the outermost depths of our Constitution, because he's trying to get away with the power grab. And personally, it's terrifying. And not enough people of every walk of life realize that he's doing it. He has the Supreme Court stacked. He got his guys in. He He has something on the Senate. Republicans, boy oh boy, maybe their next election. He's got things on people. He's a mobster. He's like, I wish he was just a TV character as a mobster and not our president. But anyway, I'm going on and on. One of the defenses that the Republicans have used today a little bit, and I didn't watch the whole thing, was while they were defending, well, they used so many of them, they said all the presidents are doing it. And that one to me just like, okay, seriously? So in the spirit of being real, which is what I try to do, I have no problem pointing out this is like what a child would say. Everybody's doing it, Mom. It's like, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, jump off that. Give me a break. Everybody's doing it. Justin, he's going to damage this country by the way he's going. Oh, he already has, absolutely. He already has, and I thought he was going to take us back 50 years, but I really underestimated him. And you know what? Here's the thing. I can bag on him all day because he's the most, obvious, and he really is kind of overt with everything too. But there are people in our country who support him, and they are going nowhere when he is out or whatever is going to happen to him, which, quite frankly, I think nothing. I don't care if all the politicians are doing it. It's like, I don't care if it was accepted 200 years ago. I'm not letting this kind of thing set my standards for American values. I'm going to stick with the Constitution, which is a brilliant document made by flawed but brilliant people. They set it up to wax and wane. It'll change. It can change with the times. It was purposely meant to be that way. And we have that. That's what we have. That's what we're dealing with right now. So we can't let the Constitution is our rock. It's the bedrock of our society. We can't let him destroy our nation. We might not be perfect, but we're in pursuit of a more perfect nation, and he's not. He's in pursuit of anything that's good for him. He's not like on our team. I don't know if people have noticed that. Yes, that was sarcasm. So maybe the GOP does get what he's doing and they love it. I don't know. The truth is that Trump has a deluge of really immoral and possibly illegal things that he's done while in office. Personally, I have no idea if what he did on that telephone call was, Jamie, yay, thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have you. Cool. I don't know if that was illegal. I'm not an attorney. Personally, how would I know? You'd have to be an attorney. But I am a human being on the planet, and it sure sounds bad. Really bad. And I don't care, the GOP people. I don't care if everybody's doing it. It's not okay. It's not okay. He consistently, I just want him out of my life, personally, and I want him out of yours, and I want him out of our nation, or as a collective. I don't care if he goes to jail. I don't care what they do with him. And I know that that's kind of, a lot of people want him punished, and I'm not into the punishment. Honestly, being him would be punishment enough. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Am I being kind of idealist and simple? I just think he needs to go and just never, ever, ever come back and have an influence. He's a terrorist to our own nation, and anyone who supports him, I don't even know what to say. Absolutely inhumane. So, I want to put it simply. Trump withheld security assistance to a nation we are allied with, who's struggling to not be taken over by our former Cold War enemy, basically, for lack of a better word, Russia. Justin, he went bankrupt several times. Now he's the president. That's a scary thing to live under and think about. Justin, that's just like, yes, the minimum. It's like people make excuses. Oh, he's a good businessman. I don't care if he can make millions of money. He's an asshole. He's a jackass. He's a very bad man. I'm sorry. He is the poorest, wealthy person I have ever heard of. He's the poorest person because he has no heart, and he does not love his fellow human. He does not love this country. He loves himself. Narcissism. So anyway, Justin, don't get me started. Okay, I'm just teasing. Thank you so much for the comments. I want people to comment. Um, what Trump's furthering his own personal aspirations, as we all kind of know. He did all this knowing that he already received help to win the first election. I mean, this is not like tough stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but this just seems all so obvious to me. I personally have a confession to make. I don't care if he did it or not. I want him out because he did other things. I'm just saying. And obviously, it doesn't matter what I think because I'm not in charge. But personally, I don't care if this was really considered, a misdemeanor, a crime of, the whole thing with the Constitution and all that. I don't care. I just want him to leave. He's a horrible man. Bye-bye. So I just hope they get him out somehow. And take his clan with him. All of his, okay. I'm done. Kind of. Again, Trump's actions are to help himself. And yes, I get it. The president has the power to direct foreign policy. But he's not supposed to use it to cheat in an election. And he did. So during the House impeachment hearings, like I mentioned earlier, the GOP's defense today, among other defenses, it's like every week a different defense, was that this is what presidents do. So they're saying that all presidents do this. They're saying all presidents basically find a desperate country to blackmail so they can get basically that's fighting our enemy. It's going to make our life more unsafe. So all the presidents blackmailed somebody in another country to dig up fabricated information and dirt on their opponent so that they can win another election and make our country vulnerable to another nation's invasion while simultaneously making America less safe overall and allowing our sworn enemy to gain territory and power. I'm not a historian, but I don't remember other presidents doing that. I don't. Do you guys? All so that he can cheat. And I'm going on and on and on. I could seriously go on, and I probably should be quiet. Are there any topics that anyone wants to bring up to talk about? There's so much going on, and there's the holidays. I want to know what happened at Thanksgiving. I want the scoop. I think probably not much. A lot of people just keep quiet and play nice. People aren't listening. I'm all about education. I've seen miracles. So I am going to move on to Kamala's out. That's my next topic. And if you have other stuff that you've seen in the news, jump right in and we can talk about it, okay? What I wanted to ask you all, were you surprised that she went out? I mean, do you not like her, or I've heard a lot of people do not like her and did not like her. I kind of get both. Like, she made me laugh. I mean, selfishly, I thought she was kind of cool and how like tough she was a little bit. What do you guys think? I loved that she was not afraid of Trump, and she spoke so well and like carefree and comfortably. Like, I really, really look up to that because she doesn't even seem nervous when she talks. I mean, she's a really good speaker. Just very natural and almost like she's talking to a friend. She's got a little attitude. I mean, I really thought she was great, but her record had a lot of things that weren't so great in it. I don't know if it's possible to be a prosecutor and have great things in your record. I don't know. So that's, if anyone wants to comment on that. So I watched a few things on the analysis of, some people were very surprised, some people weren't. They said she was an early favorite, and she was kind of bold, and so it was kind of cool at first. She was so bold, and it's nice. It was a breath of fresh air. Mr. Respect. Kamala Harris said one thing but was doing another. That's why nobody bought into her BS. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's kind of what I thought. I've heard so many things. I've heard that's exactly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I. That's what I want to. I want to hear what you guys think. She was a confusing woman, a little confusing to me. I really never got to know much about her. It was all kind of surface what I saw, so I'm not a great judge. But I did listen to what a lot of people had to say, and that was absolutely something. Thank you, Mr. F.S. Black. And the bottom line was Senator Harris was not able to give, a message that really resonated with a bunch of people enough to stay in. And Justin says, yes, exactly. And she was unable to secure the money. And the money part, in my opinion, is horrific. That's disgusting. We have to be wealthy, not rich, wealthy, to stand be president. I don't judge greatness by dollar bills. I just don't. I judge it by the depth of someone's heart. And yeah, you can think that's mushy, but that's what I do. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't think people who are wealthy are great people. I think there are wealthy people who are great people, but I don't think being wealthy makes you a great, amazing person. Some people think it makes you a real asshole. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, but that's kind of broad. But the money part makes me sick. But you shouldn't have to be independently wealthy to stay in a race. But that's a whole another talk live show. Of course, the horrible human being that Trump is, he had to write that mean, nasty Twitter. Did you guys see that little Twittery thing like nanny nanny? I'm glad you quit, like a baby, kind of. But did you guys see that? The Twitter thing. This is just like mind-boggling. Our president tweets, "Nanny nanny nanny, you had to leave." It's so embarrassing. It's not even funny. But yeah. So when she wrote back, "Don't worry, Mr. President, I'll see you at your trial," or something like that. So that was kind of, edgy. But it's all just so weird. He is just a piece of work. He's unbelievable. Did anyone think that she was really gonna do well, or what did you think of her? A lot of people I talked to said she did a horrific thing as a prosecutor for Black Americans and Brown Americans, and they hate her guts and they never vote for her in a million years. So, I mean, pretty bluntly, that's what they told me. I've heard that a bunch. The thing I did like about her was that she's like, "I'm going to prosecute you." It just made me happy when she said that. Call me evil. I don't know. It made me really happy. Okay, fine. I said it. I was happy when she said that to him because people are so scared of him. Like, he has something on people. Like, it's almost like he's like a mob man who has something on you and he's going to out you, and so you have to do what he says, or I don't know. That's the way people act. They're terrified of him. It's so crazy. Mr. Miss Black, her lobbyists found out that the black vote can't be bought, especially if it means buying into someone who's aided the system in reordering the black community for years. Well put. Thank you, Mr. Mr. SF Black. I need you here. Thank you. Very well stated. Yeah. It's a sophisticated bunch of people, and we are not going to be bought. When I say we, people who get what's going on and don't just see the surface level, and actually do our research and investigate and understand what's going on here. No, not going to happen. So yeah, I don't think she stood a chance personally. But you know what? I'm not into politics. I don't get politics. So for all I know, she could have been president. I don't know. But I personally, it's not good. I need to see somebody who has a historical record of being absolutely consistent and spot on. Not perfect. I'm not going for perfect. But it seems like what they were saying might have been true. Nails and glitter. Yep, not gonna vote for a creepy Joe either. You know what? I know you aren't. And personally, my big thing with Joe isn't as much the creepiness, which yeah, there is the creepy factor. Absolutely. It's more like he's status quo. He hasn't learned over the years. He's caught on a little. It doesn't seem like he really gets the system. It's a system that puts people down. I think he's very comfortable with black people and brown people, and that's wonderful. That's a great thing. It's headed in the right direction. But that's lovely. So he can go to a party and have fun. But does he get the systemic racism and oppression? I don't think he does. Also, he's a little bit out of it. Like, okay, a lot of bit out of it. He seems kind of all over the place, and he just doesn't seem to get it. I am extremely into Elizabeth Warren. The other thing with Nails and Glitter, the other thing with him, he's status quo. He's not gonna change things. He's not gonna Justin, I like Sanders. I do too. Absolutely. I want to see a Sanders Warren ticket, and that'd be a dream come. I don't care what order either. I really don't. I think they're both not perfect, but they're pretty damn good, and they get it. And they're not. I don't think they're lying. I believe them. Call me a sucker, but I actually believe them. What they can accomplish, who knows? Because it's not just them. But yeah, I think. What do you guys think? Anybody else who's listening want to say? Because the next topic is Trump was sent by God, and I am going to lose it on this topic. Okay, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me if you're religious. Please. I just can't. I don't get it. So maybe we should talk more about Sanderson. Okay, but anything else that anybody wants to say? I'm just extremely thankful to have everybody here tonight. I want to just reiterate. I know I've told most people this, but I'm off of Facebook. I've been working on groups for years and years, and built up, a bunch of folks that, it's kind of my community of 5,000 and a community of 35,000, and I'm shut out of all of them. I'm shut out of my homepage too, and they won't. This is my sob story. I mean, it is my sob story. I'm really sad. I don't know. My phone will not shut up. Okay. I don't know what's going on. They won't respond to me. They responded back once with, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, oh my goodness, don't even go there. So they shut down my group with 35,000. They shut down my group with 5,000. They shut down my homepage. I can post on it, but it doesn't go to anybody. So they kind of destroyed my, I'm trying to build my YouTube. I'm trying to get the word out to white folks and people in numerical majority groups of every type, and that's completely crushed. So let's have a moment of prayer. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm not trying to be terrible. No, I'm furious. I'm beyond furious. But so I count on you all. I count on everyone here to help me, if you believe in what I'm doing, to help me build this YouTube, and to come on and to come into my panels, and don't be shy and talk about what real life is like, being a Muslim American, being a Black American, being a Brown American, being a Native person, Indigenous person, being a white person married to a person who's non-white, being the opposite, anything, everything. You can have a PhD in African American Studies, or you can have a PhD in experience. I need people who feel passionate about topics. And it's good to know a little bit about it so that you're not embarrassed. But, you don't have to be a master's degree level or PhD. And the panels, again, are starting January 8th. And I'm going to send signups very soon out and beg people to be in them. And, of course, we're still doing this show. Let's talk about Trump was sent by God. I put up a video this week by a guy named Frank Schaeffer. Do you guys know Frank Schaeffer? Do you know Frank Schaeffer is was it evangelistic? I'm saying this right. Christian. He grew up as an devout evangelistic Christian. I don't even know how to say that word really. His father was Francis Schaeffer, was this American evangelistic Christian theologian philosopher, a Presbyterian pastor. So he grew up and he wrote books on what his upbringing was like. And I'm going to be very upfront here. Evan. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, you are awesome. Evangelical. Thank you. Oh my God, you just gave me. I was like, Evan, who, what? Yes, I'm a phonics specialist. Pretty bad, huh? I'm a reading specialist. I have a master's degree in this. And I'm like, huh? Thanks, Nails and Glitter. You're awesome. Evangelical. That's it. Evangelical. Thank you. You're so cute. Oh, yes, I watched the video. Justin. Yeah. Dang. He got, thank you. He escaped the cult, kind of like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but let's be real. He escaped the cult. And I haven't read his books, but I don't know much about him. But damn, he got out. He broke loose, and I think that's just awesome. It's a cult-like environment from what I know. It doesn't have to be, but a lot of times it is. So in the spirit of talking about being real talk, I'm going to be really upfront here, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but I've been going over the polls of these apparently like a large percent of evangelical people believe Trump was appointed by God. And as I said, I'm agnostic, so this is very, very ultra difficult to understand, and I don't get it. He's a bad man. Why would it's like I don't get it, but more like he's appointed by the devil or something. But I don't even believe in that, so I'm gonna be quiet. But some of the quotes of some very well-known religious people, I find it personally just to be an excuse to be an asshole, be a jerk. I find this whole religious thing, like religion made me do it, to be the biggest crock of shit. I'm sorry. No, your religion did not make you do it. You interpreted your religion because you wanted to do it and you want to appease your guilt. And that goes for all religions. Every last one of them. And there are true people who use their religion for good, and there are people who use their religion for evil. Okay? And every religion, even the Myanmar monks in Myanmar, Buddhist monks do that too. This is not like just for Christians, just for Muslims, just for Jewish people, no. We all get a part of this. That I do know. But the whole religious thing is that people like, because that's a cop out, right? That's like, oh, God told me to do it. So, come on, no, you told you to do it. And you decided God told you so you could feel better about it. Let's be real. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm not trying to insult people. That's ridiculous. God told you to let some person harm others. I'm not buying it. Nope. No, I am not. I know it sounds arrogant, but it's part of my charm. I don't know. I'm kidding. This scares me because it's a cult-like thing going on. And doesn't seem to, the whole ideology doesn't seem to understand the division between church and state, and that, to put it mildly, like, no, church and state, separate. Okay. Apparently, the U.S. Energy Secretary Rick Perry became the latest highly placed evangelical Christian to claim that Donald Trump is the chosen one. I'm sorry, that makes me laugh. Justin, religion was invented to confuse people. Yeah. I'm going to say something that is probably a real turnoff, and you can hate me if you want. Not you, Justin. But you can too. But everybody can. But I don't need a freaking book to tell me how to be a decent human being. But I said it. Sorry. And I'm not saying every person who's religious does, but I know what my heart tells me, and I know what being rotten to someone is, and being inhumane. I don't think it's a tough topic. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Now I have people talking, yay. See, I had to make something very but that's just my take. I do not judge others unless they are impacting my fellow humans, which these folks are, because they won't listen and learn. Would I take them into my home? Absolutely. Would I do great things and be good to them? Absolutely. But I'd also be like preaching like science to them too. was doing it. So, would I be mean to them? Would I do cruel things to them? Would I try to get? No, 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 no. Okay. Justin. It was invented to confuse people. Nails and glitter. Religion is a control mechanism. Absolutely. Mr. Evans Black. There are many ways people can make a perversion of their faith. We see it all the time. Yep, 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 yep. Very true. In every faith. Equal opportunity, horrific thing. Some other quotes from people. It's just crazy. I'm not going to laugh because this is like where reality goes cuckoo, cuckoo to me. And please, with all due respect. Not long ago, Paul White, the let's see, Pentecostal nails and glitter, Pentecostal. I really am. I'm pathetic. I don't know religion. Pentecostal pastor who maybe I need that kind of like in phonetics. Who's recently named to the head of the White House's faith outreach. I don't. Trump's not religious. Give me a break. Said that she couldn't refuse the request to serve the president. Quote, to say no to President Trump would be saying no to God, and I won't do that. I'm sorry. That is freaking ridiculous. Okay? Sorry. Said it. Hate me. Call me a religion basher or whatever. That's just ridiculous. Okay? Yeah. Okay. But I mean, it's kind of an opinion show, real talk. Pentecostal. You are hired, nails and glitter. Thank you. Pentecostal. So I was kind of close. Thank you. The Reverend Franklin Graham has made similar allusions, saying, I think God was behind the last election, as has former U.S. Representative Michelle Bachmann. Okay, wow. Wayne Allen Root, a conservative author, radio host, and conspiracy theorist. Yes, I want you in on this show. I would love that. You're awesome. That's so funny. Get in here. You're so cute. Yes, let's talk. Conspiracy theorist has called Trump the King of Israel. I can't even say this. The second coming of God. Okay, this is just people. Please, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. What do you think? Do you think this is ridiculous? I think it's delusional. I think it's a great excuse to do horrible, horrible things. And it's not just for Christian people. It's not just for, let's be real. Every religion's had their moment, and they probably still will. Not good. So tell me what you think. If there's any other topics you want to bring up. If you're just joining, jump on in. This is a conversation that anything you feel is important about racism, bigotry, and inequality, anti-racism in America, jump right in and give me a topic. And if I don't know about it, tell us about it and I'll read what you say. And everybody here will jump on you if you're wrong. I'm just kidding. Although they probably will. But in a nice way. The next topic I have is Barr. Not good. Attorney General Barr wonders, this is a quote, if communities that don't respect police should have police at all. Can we, true, anti-American, I mean, seriously? Respect is earned. I am really, really, and I get parents raise their children to respect and this and that, but you know what? Respect is earned. You can force someone to fake respect and call you sir and call you ma'am, and inside their head they're going, F off. Okay? Respect is earned. There are some amazing policemen in our nation that deserve respect, and there are some who cover up. They do that whole blue line thing. They are criminal. And then there's a bunch in between. Like any profession. But this profession particularly, because of its origins, because of our culture. Ghost Killa. Hello. Thank you for being here. Ghost Killa. That's cute. this profession has been purposely allowed to murder black and brown people with impunity. And white people too. Just like Trump said, there shouldn't be any judges. Yeah, these guys, boy, they are two peas in a pod. Uh, his whole clan. I didn't know that many people existed that were like that until he brought them all on. He hired them all. Attorney General Barr thinks that communities who don't respect might not deserve to have police. It's unclear exactly what Barr's bar is. Sorry, had to go there. For demonstrating respect of police, but I'm sorry, people get respect when they earn it, and that is treating their fellow humans like they're humans, not like they're animals or pieces of dirt. And as a whole, we have purposely allowed, we as a collective culture of white supremacy have allowed police officers to, they are the ones that have treated our black and brown and indigenous and mixed heredity people like a piece of shit. And they've been the ones, they could have training. I have like 5 or 6 videos out. You're chilling watching the show. Probably will leave later on though. Don't leave. The show's not going to be that late tonight. For various reasons that I cannot get into. I'm just kidding. But thank you for being here. There are things that can be done. I can't stand the idea that we just don't know what to do. These police are just killing people. Yes, we do know what to do. They were originated as slave catchers. We do know what to do. It's called training. Other countries do it. We do know what to do. We don't want to do it. And let me be crystal clear. We don't want to do it. Yes, that's an opinion, but it's an educated one. There are model programs throughout this country, all over the place, that have the lowest rates of harming our citizens by police. We could model those programs, but we don't want to. I have studied this probably more than anything else. This is a form of control, a sick, barbaric form of control. We have a cure. We don't want to use it. And that's disgusting. Sorry, I get very intense. I'm like staring into the camera. Just in modern day slave catchers, it's unbelievable. It is truly unbelievable. Did you know that there are studies, because I'm way into this, there are studies that show that all this slightly changes at night. Tell me why. Why would suddenly there be less overtly racist occurrences happening at night? Okay, for pullovers. I'm just talking, this study was done on people on the highway that were pulled over. Okay, guess why? Because you can't tell if they're white or black. Sorry, just speaking the truth. At night, okay, the statistics shifted completely in the studies that I read. I believed it. I believe it. Anton, cops are the reinforcing arm of OHAS system of corruption. No, I am not talking about each individual police. Give me a break. Michael, you have to go. You have to go. I do not. Thank you, Michael. That is so sweet, but you have to go. Bye. That's very nice. I'm not talking about individuals. I know some incredible people who are police officers. Okay, I'm talking about a system that we have allowed to just go. We could train our police officers to be amazing. We could. There are pilot programs all over this country. There are. Guskilla. I've been watching Jane Elliott a lot lately. Love that woman. I love her. You know what, Guskilla? She was the first person who taught me anything about this topic when I was 18 years old. Just a wee thing. I finally found someone who got it, and I couldn't believe it. And the thing I love about her is she is just real. And she's very unapologetic. And I don't think it's great for everybody. But some people need it, and it's life-changing. She gives you the experience. And a lot of people think it's cruel, but you know what? we're at cruel right now. People don't get it. Look where we're at. Everybody wants to be nice and sweet and darling. The people aren't listening. And when you're nice and sweet and darling, no one gives a shit. And when you're real and you allow somebody a taste of experiential learning, like in her original school experiment, which I probably wouldn't have been thrilled that she did on my kid. Okay. But in the end, those kids, 50 years later, 30 years later, or whatever, 30 years, sorry, not 50, 30 years later, were interviewed, and every last freaking one of them was touched by that, and it was life changing. And that's where we're at. And I loved her Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes, Blue Eyes experiment. She's hardcore. And like I always say, when I talk to the beginners who are just learning how to stand up, be anti-racist, it's not enough to be nice to everybody. It's not. You have to be anti-racist and dismantle the systems we have in place that are upholding. And that starts with education for white folks. I don't tell Black, brown, indigenous people what to do. That's not my place. They tell me what to do. I learn from them. Everything I've learned has been from you guys, people who are helping me and listening and telling me their stories and telling me what they've gone through and giving me their interviews and life experiences and phone calls and messages. I learned from you guys over the years, thousands and thousands of people all over the country in 16 different countries, which is kind of interesting because in America, we have a unique racism here. We do, because people from other countries are just like baffled and stuff. But anyway, Jane Elliott, one of the best things I think she ever has said was one thing, a question. How would you like to be treated the way we treat Black people in America today? Don't tell me you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me we have equity. Don't tell me we have equality, because nobody wants to be treated that way. Nobody. So people are like, oh, denial. No, it's BS. They're in denial of themselves. So anyway, I'm blabbing off topic. So Barr, but see, you got me going. You got me going there with Jane Goskella. Thank you. She's amazing. This is gonna sound so arrogant. I have a friend who knows her, and he showed her one of my videos, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy, like a movie star. Oh my god, because she really is somebody I'd look up to. She's got serious gall, and she's changed people's lives. And exponential learning is. I actually have a seminar I do. It's a 4-hour seminar, and it's modeled after her experiential learning, but it's not the Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes thing. It's completely different. I do that, and it's the white folks walk out with their heads spinning, but I've gotten some really nice feedback on it. Anyway, because I'm a teacher. I did a seminar. It's a 4-hour seminar, but it's gives you something to think about. So anyway, so Barr. Oh my goodness, bad man. He's covering up for Trump. He's a little enabler. Trump's Ukraine scandal is also Attorney General Bill Barr's scandal too. It's as if somebody said it, and I don't even have who said this, so I apologize. It's as if the department's only job is to protect Trump. They should change their name to the Department of Cover-Up. I didn't get who said that. I was just writing really fast. Somebody in the newspaper said that. Barr has played a pivotal role in making sure Trump gets away with what many feel are absolutely, horrendous acts that erode the sanctity of our nation's Constitution, allowing Trump to take more control of our nation by holding on to the judiciary and the Senate, and he's going for the power grab, and he has people who are helping him. Barr's an enabler, for lack of a better word. I would like to say some other things. He's a liar too. Oops, I said it. He's an enabler of immorality, lies, cover-ups, racism, bigotry. He is enabling a dictator. In my opinion, I find Barr's comments to be obnoxious about police, to show a fundamental lack of understanding, to be elitist, to be ahistorical, like God, ahistorical, um, obnoxious, and out of touch. We have crimes against humanity occurring in this nation as we speak. And Barr is supporting that. And all these comments were said at a conference honoring police. And so you might say, oh, he was just being. No, no, no. I go by his actions. He was being honest. He's covering up for a man who is a bigoted, racist, misogynist. You can't have it both ways. You're either in or you're against that. And he's in, obviously. So I found his comments to be pathetic. Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about tonight? Because I'm going to wrap it up. I cannot thank everybody enough for being here. If you know anyone who would benefit from jumping in and talking about, discussing these kind of things, and I'll read whatever you write as long as it's not like horribly nasty or whatever. Ghost Kill, thank you for jumping in there. Our own black people are throwing us blacks under the bus to please racist people. It's sad, to be honest. Like Jesse Lee Peterson, the guy wishes he was a white man. That's really sad. Yeah. I don't get that when that happens. Like, I don't understand. But then I kind of do because, okay, Ghost Kill, what do you think? Do you think, like, okay, this is kind of how I look at, Rudy Giuliani. Yeah. I just can't wait till everyone turns on each other and everyone just throws everyone under that. It's just, because they're going to. I hope they are. But what I was going to say was, it's not really my place to talk about what black people do, but I can certainly read what you're writing. It's my place to read what you're writing. I don't get it. The only thing I can figure is that the extreme pushes and pulls that push white supremacy onto white people are doing the same thing to black people and brown people and indigenous people and Israelites and Hebrews, and like we're all kind of in this culture of white is right from birth, and so maybe it's a kind of racism, it's self-hate. I can't think of what else it could be to uphold white supremacy. I'm sorry. You didn't do anything to be born white. If the best thing you did was to be born white, you should go try to do other better things, because that's not, I think white people are wonderful, but I don't think they're better than anybody else. That's ridiculous. So they taught blacks to hate themselves for a long time ago, and it's still happening right now. Absolutely. They are so they do it for money. Really. And that's where I can't really come in, because see, I work from home. I don't have to be around Trump supporters. I don't have to kiss ass to people who are evil to my fellow humans. How lucky am I? I'm privileged. Okay, that's work privilege, whatever, call it what you want. I don't have to be around people who are evil. I don't. I work from home from my computer. And I say evil, I don't mean biblically evil. I mean just they're rotten people. So yeah, maybe I don't have to sell records to people. I don't have to get people to like me in that way for what I do. So yeah, for the money, Justin says, yeah. I don't have to, so I'm not blaming those people. I'm not like judging those people. I don't get it, but I do get having to make money. And we are in a society where you do have to make money if you're going to survive. And kissing ass is part of it sometimes. It's the richer you are, the more idealist you can be. Let's just put it that way. It's very, very easy to be an idealist when you're wealthy. It's a privilege. Economic privilege is huge. But thank you so much for bringing up good points. I am going to say good night. I want to thank you so much for being here. And please share this if you feel comfortable doing so. Bring people on. Give me your opinions. I want them. And January 8th is going to be the first panel, I'm hoping. That's what I'm planning for. And please consider being in it. It's not going to be really like this. You'll know ahead of time. I'm going to give you the format. Easy. I will not be talking so much. Yay me. I'll just be kind of like hosting it. So, one last thing. I am looking for people who have contacts with other people who do this kind of thing, who might want to come on and might want to be a guest host like Don was, like a couple of my other friends have done it. Dr. Cindy is wonderful. My friend Thomas, who was a former leader of the Mississippi Aryan Brotherhood. Yes, you heard me right. He's a former leader of the Mississippi Aryan Brotherhood who is reformed, like in the sense that he doesn't do that anymore. He would be wonderful, and he wants to come on. I've done a number of interviews with him. I've had a bunch of people. My friend Timmy's come on. I would love to get connected with people that are doing this, to try to not only build my YouTube, but just kind of networking. I'm a terrible networker, so I don't even know anything about it. I'm the worst. So I want to thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. If you believe, like I do, that it is way past time for white Americans to take some racial responsibility, then please support my channel by watching videos. Instead of explaining to your friend that doesn't get it, just say, here's a video, this might help you, or just send them the video. So I got videos on every topic. Some are nice, some are mean, some are very sweet and teaching, and just like I'm a little school teacher, and some are nasty. Okay, I'm just saying. I vent sometimes, and they are not particularly sweet. Ghost Killa, thank you for being here. Peace out to you. Nails Glitter, how do we contact you? I am on Facebook. I am Kimberly Ann on Facebook. And you can also, if you want to see, let me think, because I would love to be in contact with you, Nails Glitter. I'm on Messenger, Kimberly Ann on Messenger, and you'll see my picture, it's me. So is that, I'm not worthy. I'm so bad with technology. It's so scary. It's like, it's a miracle I'm here. But does that sound good? Maybe social media, Facebook, and I have started going on, what's that called? See, I don't even know the names. I'm not worthy. I'm like an old folk who doesn't know anything. Instagram, not on Instagram. I go on Reddit, which is completely different. I know. I've been going on Reddit lately. I am on, I don't know what I'm on, but if you're ever on Messenger, Facebook Messenger, you could grab me there. Just have my picture up. But you know what? Maybe I could find you. That might be easier, because Nails and Glitters. Maybe I'll try to figure it out, okay? Get in touch with you. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. The more you like, the more you, this is the weirdest thing. They told me on YouTube, the more you press the little, like, things like happy, I guess there's like a little, let me see, do I have one? Doing, oh, emojis. Wow. Ding, 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 ding. I guess they like that. I don't know, I just put that up there. But okay, you'll find me. Thank you. So good night, everybody, and thank you so much. I will be thrilled to talk to you. Tell me who you are, because you're probably real name, your parents probably didn't name you like Nails and Glitter. I'm just guessing. I think that's their profession. So, boy, aren't I smart. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So good night, everybody, and thanks for all your support and wonderful conversation. Bye-bye. Now, to figure out how to leave.